This job market is trash, and I'll tell you why. Because I had a final round interview for an entry-level job last week. Entry-level, mind you, I am 32 years old. My last role, title I had was senior operations analyst. This role I applied for was an operations coordinator. So literally at bottom of the totem pole, a girl who did my peer interview, low-key, I think she was 23, 24 years old. So that's the kind of jobs I'm applying to now because I keep getting feedback that I don't have enough experience. So what I do, I applied to the lowest level out there, made it all the way to the final round, thought it was a really good fit. I am more than qualified for this job. I'd be such a great addition to this team. What do I get? Rejected. Don't worry though, I did not get my hopes up last time, so I am just whatever, but I would appreciate some feedback or clarification why I got rejected. I made it all the way to the final round, and no, I just get a blanketed email from the recruiter. I respond asking for feedback. Do I get a response? No. It's now been 3 days. No response. Now they're ghosting me, and I'm just
See, that's what they'll do to you. You go through that entire process for what? A lot of the times you see these things happening because they are taking those data points from what they get from certain individuals and using that in order to promote or bolster whatever company that might be. Whether that's a recruiter taking your information and seeing who is applying to what, using you throughout the entire process, and then ultimately you find out you weren't going to get the job anyway.
I just keep opening rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection letter after rejection. The internships don't want me. The entry level positions don't want me. Part-time positions don't want me. Full-time positions don't want me. What is going on? What is going on? What am I supposed to do with my life, huh? Okay. What am I supposed to, content creation is not paying my bills fully yet. Okay, I need a job. I need one. And I'm starting to get scared.
One of the worst feelings that you can have is when you're trying and trying, you don't get it. You're trying and trying, you don't get it. I feel sorry for anybody who is going through this process, but there are a lot of people going through this process, as we see right here.
You guys, it only took me 573 applications to get a job. Only 573. I don't know why everyone is saying that the job market's so bad right now.
I didn't even know they had those many jobs available. That's crazy.
And another thing, because this gets me heated, unless you've been on a job search in the last 2 years, you do not know how bad it is out here. The job market is trash. Basura, it's been bad. I'm talking about applying to 20 jobs a day, reaching out to recruiters, doing this on LinkedIn, and hearing crickets. People are trying. People are not lazy. And then people who have a job give the most useless advice, why don't you tailor your resume to every single job? You don't think that I've done that? Unless your job is hiring and you have a referral, zip it.
The job market is insanely tough right now, especially if you're trying to get a job in something that you're really going to enjoy, something that you're not going to hate and dread to go to every single day. Now, there are options. You can go to Sonic, you can go to McDonald's, but not everybody wants to do that right out of the gate unless you totally have to. Then take your time, try to find something else. But when times get tough, you might have to decide that you need to go somewhere that you might not want to be.
I keep seeing these videos about Americans that can't get a job to save their lives right now. They're applying for hundreds of different places and they are far overqualified, but they can't even get a call back, let alone an interview. And I was thinking about that and I thought maybe it's the economy, maybe our unemployment rate is way lower than it has been, but that's not true. Our current 4.1% isn't enough to explain the huge amount of people that are qualified for jobs but can't get contacted back. So then I started thinking about the way that we all use the same job seeking platforms, places like Indeed, even LinkedIn and Glassdoor. These platforms serve as matchmaking spaces between jobs and potential employees. What does that sound like to you? Because to me, that sounds like online dating. And when I think about it, the impact that online dating has had on us socially, I think that these platforms have had the same effect on the job application process. Just like in online dating, there's a lot of catfishing happening on these websites, like straight up scams, but also a lot of real employers that actually hire people aren't actively searching for a new employee despite having a job posting. And what does that that do for the applicant? We can apply to tons and tons of jobs and have a very low success rate simply because there aren't as many real opportunities out there as we are led to believe. Honestly, there are a lot of applicants out there that aren't actually looking for a new job either, which makes it even easier for employers to go about their very unhinged ways of disqualifying applicants en masse. When it comes to dating and finding a partner, we have found that this tool, online dating, that was meant to connect you and provide you more opportunity to find better matches, has just become a way to feel that there's more out there. And because you always feel that there's more out there and there are better options, you don't try, you don't take chances on people. That's a broad statement. I'm not saying you should give people more chances, but the employers can always wait another day and have a ton of more applicants, even if they aren't all quality. They don't have to think about their immediate community or the people they know and referrals as much because there are endless options, right, available through these job sites. And I think overall it is diluting the quality of both the job pool and the applicant pool. Both pools are filled with catfish and they're being diluted by the sheer volume of applications that are being sent back and forth completely frivolously.
Now, this kind of reminds me of something that is happening right now in my household. My wife just graduated from college, and I just wanted to see what the market looked like for her in her job search. I looked on Indeed and realized there were indeed a lot of those jobs that did not exist or had no business in that search query at all. And a lot of times you look at something, you click it, I searched it up, the address, there was not even a building in the vicinity. And so I'm thinking to myself, why is this even out there? For data purposes, that's why.
And here we go. I hope you're hungry for nothing.
If you're struggling with the job market right now, just know that I literally was offered a job, signed a legal contract, was told to quit my current job, was meted and greeted by the whole team, gotten coffee, so excited to have you next week. And then on my last day of my 2 weeks notice for the job that they told me to quit, I was told that the company did not have the funds to bring on a new person and they were rescinding my offer.
Now, I'm no lawyer, I'm just a guy in front of a camera, but that sounds like a lawsuit to me. That sounds like something there was done entirely wrong. I don't know, y'all let me know, but I don't think you can do that. That does not sound like an ethical move by that company. She needs to lawyer up and prepare for a battle.
How are the girls who have been unemployed for, let's say, over 3 months still alive and kicking? I've been unemployed for like coming up to 2 months, I think, and oh my god, I can't do it. I literally can't do it anymore. Savings are slowly going down because, you know, I still have to friggin' live. At the same time, I can't make any plans with any of my friends or actually go visit them because, once again, no money's coming in. All you see is it go down and down and down in your savings. Woke up feeling like absolute dog shite. Practically did nothing, so what is there to do? Been feeling really down at the moment anyway, but I thought, come on, let's get on the job search, let's do it, get out of the way. And I did my casual, going on every single careers website possible, you know, all of your big companies, seeing if they're hiring, and I do this at least once a week. Guess what? There was a job. There was a job in my city centre and I thought, fucking perfect, let's go for it. Application took about an hour. They even asked for my uniform. Made me submit a form for my uniform for this job and I'm like, hold on, haven't even got an interview yet. Why do you need that? And you know, you upload your CV and then they ask for all of their like little own CV questions. You have to put in your whole education again and all your job work experience again. Even though they've already got it, they just need it in their own terms, which is so annoying because that takes literally like an hour to do. Submitted it all, I was feeling positive because I was at least there is a job opening to apply for. At the time there's not even a single job in my city, so they're like, oh, go to London or be unemployed. Which, yeah, can't go to London right now, babes. You know, I was feeling kind of positive. I was like, you know what? I've applied to a job and it's a job I'd actually like to do. That's something. Literally half an hour later, I get the email. After careful consideration, your application's been unsuccessful. Half an hour later, why have you still got it posted? Also, the application's close was like the 7th of March, and this wasn't on their website a few days ago when I last checked. So I thought I was getting in there early, you know, securing a spot early on. But no, they've obviously already got someone for the job and they're not hiring anymore, so take it down because you've wasted an hour of my time. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm just anxious about money all the time. I also hate just not having a routine and I feel so unproductive and lazy every single day. And I feel like I haven't seen anyone. Look at the weather outside. It is 1 o'clock right now. It's 1 o'clock and it literally looks like it's about to get dark. So I literally got up, did all of that, got that email saying I'm unsuccessful, thinking what is the point of actually being alive right now. Got in the shower, had a big fat cry, got out the shower and was thinking, you know what, I need to actually make myself look presentable, because if I look pretty, I'll feel better, right? And now I've done my makeup, but I'm not going anywhere because I have nothing to do or a job to go to. So how are the girls that have been unemployed for like half a year, how are you doing mentally? Because this job search is hell.
Now, me personally, I could not imagine not having a job for that long, or not having at least something that I am striving for, whether that's learning some new technology, doing something in order to prepare myself to another level. Because at the end of the day, I don't know about y'all, but I personally love some type of structured environment. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably be fat. The refrigerator calls my name all the time, even though I work out, I do all these things, but staying in the house all day, every day, doing nothing, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
This job that I applied to just got back to me and said that the reason why they're not going to hire me is because my availability doesn't align with what they need. I was available every day. I put available every day, anytime. Like, y'all, like, I'm about to start taking off my clothes for money.
Now that does not make sense whatsoever. Sound like they copied and pasted that response for sure.
Bro, I feel like you have a better chance of finding your dad that left 10 years ago than to find a job in 2025. Like, I swear, bruh, nobody wants to hire me. It's like, why even say y'all are hiring in the first place if y'all won't even take a second to look at my application? Finding a job nowadays is like dating. You're out here shooting your shot by putting in all these applications only for these companies to end up ghosting you. Not even a simple email saying that I wasn't selected. These companies just go completely ghost on you. They out here treating me like I'm some hoe or something. Because tell me why a few months back when I was looking for a new job, because my current one wanted to cut my hours like LeVar Ball cutting off his leg type shit. And so when that shit happened, I applied to over 100 jobs, and we are now in March. It's been a few months and not a single one ever hit me back. Not even McDonald's, bruh. Ronald McDonald out here hoeing by not giving people jobs. That greedy ass clown. Bro, you know you are cooked when not even McDonald's wants to hire your chopped ass. My advice to the people that are currently employed, please, for the love of God, keep that job that you hate so much. If you are one of those that keeps showing up late for work, you better start coming in at least an hour early. And for the ones that keep calling in for work, I want you to hop in that 1999 Civic with 200k miles on it and go clock into that 9 to 5, little bro. Because I promise you, the way the job market is nowadays, the last thing you want to happen to you is to lose your job. But hey, y'all stay safe out there, drink plenty of water, eat your vegetables and fruits, and remember, don't be silly, wrap that willy. But anyways, I'm out of here, guys.
Ronald McDonald himself is not hiring in your city. It's a hard and tough time out here in these streets. And I would say, I really do believe this. And I have seen this. A lot of jobs that these people are applying to don't exist, or exist for the sole purpose of collecting your data. Data is king. Data is money, cheddar, whatever you want to call it. These companies thrive on selling your data to other companies, because that is the way a lot of people are making money. Your habits, what you read, what you watch, what you do, all those things are very important. Your age, all that. They want to know it, so then they can put it in the machine and then sell you products that you probably can't afford because you ain't got no job. It is what it is, I guess. But it ain't right.
There's this really crazy theory going on right now because Indeed and all these job search websites have thousands of jobs that say they're hiring, but everyone that's applying is not getting hired. And some guy actually did a test where they had hundreds of people fill out applications and no one hired them or got a call back. And so the running theory is that they're using all people's data and selling it to bigger companies. So when you send all your information in, like your first name, your last name, where you're located, your resume, where you've been, they're taking that information and selling it to bigger companies and holding on to it, because right now data is the new gold. And that's kind of scary. What do you think?
Just think about it. Every single website you click in is trying to get everything from you. When you download a web browser, it wants to know all your data, your login information, everything is there. It says it's secured. I believe that most of that stuff is, But you also have certain things that they can follow and watch you on that is not so secure. The way that your mouse is moving on the screen, what you click on, what you don't click on. Have you ever been talking and the next thing you know, the same thing you were talking about just so happened to pull up on your phone? Have you ever type something in and then the next thing you know, you got an ad for that same thing that you thought about buying, but you're not gonna buy it anymore? Your data is being sold all the time, whether you know it or not. They have access to a lot of different things that you probably don't even want them to have access to. And it's been going on for a long time.
So I'm a few minutes early to my third and final interview for a position, and I am a fresh graduate, and I just want to come on here and give a little bit of insight to, that's so cute. You thought you were going to get the job, and you thought you were qualified to give people advice? Look what you got today. Yeah. This whole job search shit is so belittling, dehumanizing, and exhausting that it is like, I haven't even been applying. Number one, I thought I was going to get this job. Number two, I'm just tired of the rejection letters. I'm tired of getting a rejection email at 2 a.m. knowing that it was an AI system, and me knowing if a human would have saw that, I'm definitely qualified at least to be spoken to once. I'm tired of unprofessional recruiters who call you and I'm going to pass your information along to the hiring manager. Make sure that you're looking out for an email. Never get an email. Never hear from anybody. I am tired of all of it. I'm tired of going on LinkedIn and seeing a post that was posted, not even kidding when I say this is no exaggeration, about 5 minutes ago. I'm tired of seeing them have over 100 applicants. I'm tired of going on job postings, reading job descriptions and be like, yeah, I got this. Going to the end, 3 to 5 years of experience. Some of them even say internships don't count. Okay, so those 3 internships that I have that equate to over 2 years of experience on my resume, whether I did them or not, those don't count. What? So that first clip, yeah, that was my first time getting to the final stage, the final interview. After sending in at least, I've applied to about 400 jobs in the last 2 months, 3 months, whatever. I started in October. 4 months. When I tell y'all I could have sworn I got that job, this lady walked me out to my car. We was sitting there, for an hour, not even really talking about the position, not even really talking about my experience, just talking. Being cool, just getting to know each other. What happened? And I bet you, because I'm going to ask her, I'm about to send her an email and be like, thank you for your consideration. I would really like to know, why did you move on to another candidate, considering I felt as if I had the experience and, developed a fairly cool relationship with you. Why did you move on? I can almost guarantee you she's going to say years of experience. I don't understand why it is so difficult for people who are fresh out of school to find something that's not fucking Subway. And even they don't want to hire you because you have a fucking degree. Why would you want to work at Subway? Because nobody's hiring me. Where's the bread? I can do this at least.
She might say years of experience, or she might not text you back, email you back, call you back at all. We see this all the time, and people have already said it throughout this video. And it's funny because as I was coming up through the ranks, I seen a lot of people have this entire debate about, should you go back to school and get a master's degree? Do people care about how long you've been in school? Or do people value the years of experience that you have put in a particular field? And what I've come to learn is people really do value how long you actually been working out here in these streets. People don't care what degree you got, truly, because they know if you really been putting in the work in the field already, you more than likely know what you're doing. But I will say this though, that does pertain to certain professions. The medical field, I've seen these degrees get crazy. They are higher and higher than they have ever been before. What used to take just a master's degree now takes a doctorate degree. What used to take a bachelor's degree now takes almost a master or a doctorate degree as well. And so you see people who have been in the field for longer actually doing all right because they have that experience. And you see new graduates get rejected for not having the experience. Well, how am I going to get experience if nobody wants to hire me in the first place?
Okay, this advice is too late for you, but I just want to share it for anybody else who might be feeling that they need to do the same thing. Do not quit your job before you have another one. But Maddie, I'm stressed. I get it. But listen to me clearly. Do not quit your job. Here are some other things that you can do before you quit your job. First is FMLA. FMLA does not mean it's going to be paid, but at least if you're like, damn, I could not get a job in 16 weeks, I gotta go back to work, your position will still be there. You can get FMLA by talking to a therapist or your doctor. You're stressed. It's making you ill. You gotta be put on some antidepressants because of work? Go to the doctor. They do it a lot. I've had it done and know plenty of people who have done this. When you get on FMLA, you can also apply for short-term disability. That is when you actually get paid. That's what you need for that. A doctor's note. How many doctor's notes? 1. It's the same thing for the FMLA. I'm stressed. It's making me ill. Mental health is still health. I'm not going to say you're 100% always going to get guaranteed that you're going to get FMLA and that you're going to get short-term disability, but you know what? It's better than quitting your job and not being able to find one. To be fair, when I got FMLA and short-term disability, it was genuinely because I was dealing with postpartum depression, but I was actually shocked at how easy the whole process was. And there's so many people who are just like, I'm stressed, I'm quitting my job. Whoop, I stop them right there. I say, stop right there, stop. Because there's nothing more stressful than being unemployed.
Ain't that more stressful than being broke. And I ain't talking about just a little bit broke. I'm talking about truly can't afford nothing. Your bills can't get paid. Your lights about to get turned off. Your water. You're going to be stinking in a couple days if you don't get that paid because you know they want their money. I'm talking about poorer than you have ever been. So listen to me. She's right. Do not quit your job without a backup plan. So many people do it. They just up and leave it. Then they don't have any way to pay for anything. They didn't have a plan. They didn't have a plan A, B, C, D, E, F, G. They didn't have nothing. Have a plan. If you want to leave your job, that's cool. You ain't got to stay in your current situation, but make sure you are preparing yourself for whatever may happen because you're trying to leave that situation. That's all she's saying.
For anyone that doesn't have a job or isn't actively looking for a job, the job market is absolutely cooked. For reference, I graduated from the University of Virginia with a 3.6 GPA in computer science. But today I received a decision on my McDonald's application. Thank you for applying to the role. The competition was high and you were among a number of very strong candidates. We decided to move forward with other applicants, so I appreciate your interest in McDonald's. All jokes aside, the job market is absolutely horrendous. Since I graduated, I have applied to over 733 jobs. I've only gotten 2 second-round interviews and 0 offers. If you can refer me for a coding job or you can help me get a coding job, please message me.
Getting a coding job, man, is wild. One, because of the fact that you have so much competition. You got people putting out crazy websites, crazy resumes, who are even getting in over people who are going to school and getting degrees in that field. Don't matter as much. Now, some people value when they see a certain name, yes, but as time has continued to move on, what you can create and what you can produce is oftentimes going to trump wherever you went to school at. And the people who aren't even going to school are getting these internships as well. And so it's just hard out here in the streets. You're trying to code right now. You just have to be diligent and continue and have some type of income flow while you wait on that job that you've been hoping to get.
It's really not hard to get a job in 2025. You can use Indeed, but you have to use it a different way. First, open up Indeed. Once you have Indeed open, you find the job that you want. We're going to pick this one, machine operator. Right under the title of the job is going to be who's posting the job. This is FGM Paysetter LLC. Take their name and then put it inside Google and go to their website. Now you at their website, you press the 3 little bars, find careers, press careers, and here you go to apply directly to the position. After you apply, then you want to call the business and ask to speak to their hiring manager and introduce yourself. Follow for more tips and repost so other people can get some help.
Now, it is harder to get certain jobs than others, but I do agree with this approach because it will help you weed out those fake Indeed or whatever website you're trying to use, jobs that may be on that site. Go directly to the source and try to see if that job is still available. And if you call over there and they get upset, you probably don't want to work there anyway, because I have seen some people say people get upset when they call. I'm like, did they really? Probably not an environment you want to be in anyway if they don't even want to do their job there. So forget about it.
The job market right now is so trash that you might as well just stay at that shitty job that you hate until you get like another job locked in. So up until last week, I was unemployed for about 2 months. And the first month, I pretty much just chilled, treated it like a vacation. But by the second month, that's when I started applying to places. And I applied to about 10, 15 different places. And out of those 15 places, I heard back from maybe only 1 or 2 places. The rest, I didn't get no call, no emails, nothing. And when I had a job, I would see people come on here all the time talking about how the job market's shitty, that it sucks. And I really thought they were just talking. I didn't think it was true until I actually was unemployed and was looking for jobs. That it hit me. It was like, damn, bro, they really ain't lying. The job market really fucking sucks right now.
I really feel like I'm never gonna get a job again. Like, I'm so scared because, like, I have been unemployed for 3 months. I'm not eligible for unemployment because I just moved here. I am so stressed out. Like, this has never happened to me before. Like, I've always had a job. Like, I was an honor student, like 3rd in my class, so successful in high school and college. And I have a bachelor's degree in poli-sci. I have 2 years of experience in mental health. I'm a great worker. I'm so organized. But nobody will even give me an interview. And I was crying on the phone with my mom because I was like, what if I literally can't find a job? Like, I've been applying for months. Like, I literally can't find anything. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, am I just gonna live with my parents for the rest of my life? Because, like, I'm not kidding you, I literally cannot get an interview anywhere. And I have applied to hundreds, if not thousands, of jobs in the past few months. I literally don't know what to do. Like, I'm genuinely so scared. Like, I really am terrified. Like, I don't know what is happening in the world right now, but, like, I am a good candidate. I don't know what's happening.
I don't really know what the political science field, I think what she said, poli-sci, I assume that's political science. I don't know what that field entails. I don't know the outlook on that field. So I need somebody to educate me on that point, because I don't know how easy it is to actually get in on the job opportunities when it pertains to that field. So educate me if you know more about that. But I will say, thankfully enough, sounds like she's living with her parents. I believe that's what she said. And so she has time, but at the same time, it's nothing like the feeling of having your own. It's nothing like it.
I'm a recent college grad looking for a job, and today I learned that not only are we competing with all of the people last year who couldn't get jobs, we are also competing with people who are currently working in entry-level jobs and looking to switch companies because their companies aren't promoting them because the market is so bad. A recruiter I just got off the phone with told me that I'm going up against someone who has 2 years of postgraduate full-time work experience, and I just don't know how I'm supposed to compete with that.
I'm not letting nothing go until we figure this out.
Yo, I really don't need you on my bumper right now, man.
Look, you angry, I get it.
Cool.
We all feeling Billy.
Leave me alone!
Look, I honestly believe this. The reason why we see a lot of these job postings and people not getting jobs, because one, you have people applying to jobs that may not even exist. Why? Because they want to up the numbers and tell you that the job market is fine, when in actuality it's not fine at all. And then you come to find out you apply to a job for no reason, wasting your time, and then you move on to doing it again and again.
For my financial analyst job in September, they hire in cycles. Just a bunch of finance places usually do that. They hire in cycles. So right now they're giving me like module work that I get paid for hourly, but I'm still looking for a summer job so that I don't burn through my savings. So 3 weeks ago, I applied as a car wash attendant for this local car wash nearby. I had my second interview with them. $15 an hour job. I had my second interview with them, like early on this week. They told me it went great. I'll hear from them shortly. So I let 2 days go by. I emailed this woman. Okay, she gets back to me relatively quick. She says, "Hey Silver, your interview went amazing!" Exclamation point. Our hiring managers are currently out of the office until around sometime later next week. So we'll probably have some updates around then after we check your references. I have a master's degree in economics from a top 30 university. I have a Series 7 certification in finance. And they are holding me up for $15 an hour. Like, I'm actually about to explode.
All right, 2 things. 1, it's crazy that the car wash even has 2 round of interviews, and for 2, they don't care about your master's degree at the car wash. You're not going to use it. Nothing that you went to school for is going to prepare you to wash cars. It won't. Nothing. Zero or nada. So I get what she's saying and why is the process even like that for a car wash in the first place. But at the same time, the degrees don't matter for the car wash. They just don't. And that's just what it is.
I keep seeing a lot of comments on my posts and other posts that says the job market is great because everywhere is hiring. That's a lie. As the hiring manager for my work, we are required to put those now hiring signs out whether we are hiring or not. And it is because the corporations, the big, huge umbrella, get a tax break whenever they're constantly hiring. Because if they are always hiring, then that means that they're never filling their hired quota, which means that they need a tax break because they can't fill their slots. I know this because we are, again, required to have the now hiring sign on our door at all times. And we haven't been hiring or had a position to hire for in like 6 to 8 months. I currently have over 300 applications of people applying because they think we're hiring, and I can't do anything with them. So when you see comments about, don't worry, there's 17 million jobs available, and if you get laid off of a job, you can get another one, and then the job market's not that bad, it's all bullshit. It's all a lie. Because the large corporations get tax cuts when they are hiring. Now, again, this is usually like larger corporations with hundreds of locations nationwide. So if you see a small town shop that's only in your store that has a now hiring sign, that is probably legitimate. But if you go into like a big fast food place or a big retail store and it says now hiring, the chances of them actually hiring are very, very slim.
He just broke it down for you right there. I have also seen this. Let's say a McDonald's or a Sonic or a Wendy's or whatever is hiring, and let's just say it says that they're hiring right there on the window or something like that in your city. And let's say you stay 30 minutes away from another city, 45 minutes away from another city, something that's almost commutable, just about commutable. They may not be hiring there. They might just be hiring 30, 45 minutes, an hour even down the road somewhere, but it's within whatever range they deem as acceptable. And so technically there are always hiring, or it may not even be within a commute range, because technically a big corporation can always say they're hiring because they may have a position that is way out of range. And so that's why you get denied for that job, because you stay way too far away for whatever that range might be. That's just me though, coming up with something that I've seen but haven't proven. Conspiracy? Maybe. I don't know. You let me know. Anyways, let me know what you think about the job market. Is it crazy? Is it wide open? What do you think? And until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.